One of the biggest questions Nigerians are asking right now is this: under the new tax law, will I pay more tax or less? If you earn a salary, if you freelance or consult, if you earn income online or from foreign clients, this video is for you. Because the new tax law did not just change how the government collects tax, it changed how individual income is taxed in Nigeria. If you are just joining this series, my name is Chinenwani. I'm a finance manager, a tax consultant, and a personal finance coach. In the first video, we established that Nigeria is now operating under the new tax system as of January 1st, 2026, and explained why the reform happened and what changed at a very high level. In today's video, we are getting very practical. I want to explain exactly how the new tax law affects individuals, salary earners, freelancers, consultants, and self-employed professionals, even Nigerians earning income from abroad. By the end of this video, you should clearly understand on how your income is assessed, when tax becomes payable, and why many people are actually better off under the new tax system. Let us start with personal income tax because this is where the biggest questions usually come from. Under the new tax law, Nigeria now operates a class-structured progressive personal income tax. This means that tax is applied in stages based on how much you earn rather than one flat rate applied to everything. The most important change to understand is the tax-free threshold. Under the new tax law, the first 800,000 of your annual income is completely tax-free. If your total income for the year falls anywhere between 0 and 800,000 naira, you pay 0 personal income tax. Let me explain with a simple example. Assuming someone earns 4 million naira a year, the first 800,000 is completely tax-free. That leaves 3.2 million as taxable income. The next portion from 800,000 to 3 million, which is 2.2 million, is taxed at 15%. The 15% of 2.2 million is 330,000. The remaining 1 million naira, which falls between 3 million and 4 million, is taxed at 18%. 18% of 1 million naira is 180,000 naira. When you add both together, the total tax payable on 4 million naira income is 510,000 naira per year. When you add both together, the total tax payable on 4 million naira income is 510,000 for the entire year. So even though the person earned 4 million naira, they are not paying 18% on everything. The effective tax rate is actually much lower because the income is taxed in layers. This example is important because it shows why many people will not automatically pay more tax under the new system. In fact, for many low and middle income earners, the new tax structure is more favorable and more transparent than what existed before. If you are a salary earner, the personal income tax is still deducted through the payee system. That has not changed. Your employer is still responsible for deducting tax from your salary and remitting same to the tax authority on your behalf. What has changed is how tax is calculated. Employers are now required to apply the new tax ban introduced by the reform. For many employees, the result will be a lower effective tax rate compared to what you paid under the old system. So when people ask, will salary earners now pay more tax? The honest answer is, for many people, no. Some will pay less, some will stay about the same, and higher earners will contribute more, but in a more structured and transparent way. Now let's talk about freelancers, consultants, self-employed professionals, because this is where there has been a lot of confusion. The new tax law makes one thing very clear. Freelancers and digital workers are fully under the tax net. If you live in Nigeria and earn income, whether from Nigerian clients or foreign clients, the income is taxable in Nigeria. The law refers to this as taxing the worldwide income of Nigerian residents. If you spend 183 days or more in Nigeria in a year, you are considered resident, and Nigeria has the right to tax your income regardless of where it comes from. However, and very important, the 800,000 tax-free threshold still applies. If your total annual income is below that amount, you will not pay tax. but you are still required to register, obtain a tax identification number, that's TIN, and file returns declaring your income. For freelancers earning above the threshold, tax is calculated on net income, not gross income. This means that legitimate business expenses such as internet costs, software subscriptions, equipment, training, and professional expenses are deducted before tax is calculated. The system now expects freelancers to operate with structure, records, and discipline. Another area of concern is income earned abroad. If you work remotely for a foreign company or receive money through platforms like PayPal or earn in foreign currency, that income is taxable in Nigeria if you are resident here. Foreign clients do not deduct Nigerian tax on your behalf, so the responsibility to declare and pay tax rests solely on you. This is why proper record keeping, invoicing, and periodic tax planning are now essential, not optional. The government has made it very clear that the era of digital income flying under the radar is over. Under the new tax law, penalties for non-registration and non-filing are clearly defined and accumulate monthly. This means that ignoring tax obligations is no longer a low-risk decision. The goal of the law is not to punish people, but to encourage early registration, honest reporting, and ongoing compliance. Those who understand the system and comply early will find it much easier to navigate. So far in this series, we have looked at why the tax system changed and how the new tax law affects individuals. In the next episode, I will explain how the new tax law affects businesses, including sole proprietors, limited liability companies, SMEs, and online sellers. I will also explain why many small businesses are actually paying less tax, not more, under the new tax system if they are structured. If you run a business in Nigeria, you should not miss that video. Please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notification so you don't miss the next part of this series. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.